Welcome back to another episode of The Blueprint, sponsored by Slow Burn Brakes. I'm your host, Calvin Custins. On The Blueprint, we interview talented athletes and they share knowledge that they have collected over their time playing their sport. From balancing life and relationships to recruiting and training, there is always something you can learn. This week's guest is Marlon Haugabook. Marlon is a wide receiver / athlete from Fraser High School. He is an all-MAC sprinter in track and a 2-year varsity starter. Welcome to the show, Marlon. So today we got Marlon Haugabook, correct?
Yes, sir. You
All
got
right. Yes, first try. So Marlon is a receiver and just overall athlete at our school. You play receiver, you play quarterback, you can play like I think free safety. They maybe even had you playing.
Yep.
Like all that. You do football and track. You're a 2-year varsity starter, and then you have 7+ offers. So before we get too deep into things, I first want to start off with what's your favorite food?
I'm gonna have to go with quesadillas, man. You can't go wrong with quesadillas.
Yeah. Do you like anything in your quesadillas, or are you just a plain cheese and quesadilla?
Usually it's cheese, fajitas, and steak.
Ooh, it sounds pretty good.
I know, right?
And I'm not hungry right now, so it must be a good food to make me hungry.
Man.
Favorite class at school?
Probably welding. I know it's not like a main course, but that's my favorite class. I like to weld.
Is that something you can see yourself going into in the future? Or
Oh yeah, most definitely.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite movie?
Man, I have to say The Wedding Ringer. It's with Kevin Hart. He's my favorite actor too. So that movie was real funny, man. You can't go wrong with a funny movie.
Yeah, Kevin Hart is a funny guy. Do you have a favorite sports movie? Or at least sports related movie?
Well, it's a lot out there. I have to say The Waterboy.
Oh yeah.
Bobby
Adam
Boucher.
Sandler, right?
Yep.
We're thinking of the same one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Favorite song or musical artist?
Favorite artist is Lil Baby for sure. And then favorite song, I ain't gonna lie, I don't really have a favorite song. I listen too much music to have a favorite song.
Do you have at least a favorite Lil Baby song or?
Favorite Lil Baby song is probably Danger.
Nice. I don't know that, but is that one of the songs they play in the pregame? Because like you guys are blasting music before the game starts.
Oh yeah, you know it's on pregame. You know that.
Yeah, I probably have heard it before then. Stuff
Yeah,
I've
it's on
heard.
the new album.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite video game?
Madden for sure.
And then what is your team that you play with on Madden?
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions. There we go. Yes.
Never lost.
Never lost. Yeah. Lions actually, especially this year, if like you're playing with Jameson Williams, like I know in real life he's recovering from a torn ACL. But in Madden, computers are dumb. So Jameson Williams is in the game. So like that adds a lot of speed. And then Chark, of course, is actually getting targeted in the game. And he has like he's probably 96 something speed in Madden. So yeah, they have a good offense. Swift. Yeah. Especially this year. I remember I played Madden with the Lions like 3 years ago when like Kenny Galladay was their best receiver, and that's not a great team if you want to win games. But yeah, so if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
Probably Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's like real like charismatic, but
no, Dubai, it's a cool place to live. If you can live there, it's a good choice to live there because it's all the fancy cars and everything. Do you have a favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
And then what are some family traditions that you have on Thanksgiving?
Usually we all come to my house, everybody, my uncles, cousins, my grandma, grandpa, and we would watch the Lions game and eat a nice dinner.
Yeah, that's the way to go. Except for this year. This year could be a rough one.
Who do we play?
We play the Bills.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
I know.
I have a change of plans on that day.
I know. I did. As soon as I saw that, I was like, bro, really? Like, why did we lose to the Bears on Thanksgiving normally? Right. So like, why did you schedule the Bills for us? Or maybe the Lions will have that one game a year where they like play a Super Bowl contender and like figure out how to because I know the Chiefs, they played the Chiefs the year they won the Super Bowl. They played them
Yeah,
And for some reason, I don't know why, but Matt Patricia figured out how to like stop their offense until Kerryon Johnson fumbled at the 1 yard line.
I remember that. I remember it.
Okay. I got so like, and then it just happened this past week. Like Jabal Williams never lost a fumble in his life. Picked when we were at the 1 yard line, down 4 against.
Well, watch that game. That's the crazy part.
You said you didn't watch the game.
Oh, I just seen the highlight.
Yeah, I was watching it. I always watch the Lions. I like set out my Sundays to watch the Lions, which I probably should stop doing for my mental health. But I remember because it's like we're playing the Cowboys. Like they're a way more talented team, especially on defense than we are. And our defense is playing good. Our offense looks like it's never touched the field. And then we're finally working like Goff's like hitting throws. And we get to the one, like off a tight end screen, like they threw it to Brock Wright. He ran like a really like well-timed calls against the blitz. But then he runs it down to the one. And then it's like we have the best, like one of the best offensive lines in the league. And then
Yep.
we run right up the middle and he just fumbles the ball at the one. They recover. And it's like at that point, you like kind of knew the game was over because if you've watched the Lions game before, you know you don't recover from a mistake like that if you're the
Yeah.
Lions. But yeah, that's but
Yeah.
yeah, this how or this Thanksgiving should be a very fun. I know Reedy's gonna be enjoying that game.
Oh yeah. You
Reedy's
know
biggest Bills fan I know.
that. All right.
Punted on the Lions years ago, I bet, but I don't blame him. So and then what are some of your hobbies outside of sports and school?
Honestly, I like to draw, and I'm starting to get into taking pictures too.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, photography is a cool one.
Oh yeah. I
That's
can't.
some.
I have my class for photography next semester. Actually.
Is Flanagan the teacher for that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is funny.
Yeah, because I know he's in charge of yearbook, and obviously I have class with him. But yeah, photography is really cool. Like because in broadcast journalism, I kind of have to learn stuff along those lines. But you'll enjoy that class. It's a good class. And so obviously I mentioned you're a football, and do you do track? Do you do track? How long have you done track?
Honestly, I did it in middle school, and then I stopped my freshman and sophomore year, and then my junior year I was injured, so I couldn't do it. And then I just started. Actually, my junior year I started.
And then when did you start football?
Football was in like I want to say when I was 7.
And then was that a tackle league or did you do flag?
It was flag first, and then I moved up to tackle.
Yeah, I've talked to some people. Like some people like started tackle at the age of 5. It's like
Yeah,
I don't
they were some menaces.
I know. Like if you're playing tackle at 5, like you are not afraid to hit. I'll tell you that right now.
Right.
Because it's like I never like obviously I've mentioned this before, but like I started football last year and it's like there's always the like as much as I like hate it, there's always the part of me that's like when I'm trying to tackle like oh, but like yeah, it gets out of your head when you've been playing for 15 years or whatever. And then why'd you start playing football? Did your parents get you into it or did you like
Honestly, I didn't even really like it. I wanted to play basketball from a kid, and then my dad got me into the Lions and stuff. We started going to games, and I was like, yeah, this is actually kind of cool. So I wanted to start doing it.
have you always played receiver or were you just did you start out like running back or
Middle school, I played running back. Elementary school, I played running back too. So mostly I was running back my whole career.
it's cool. Why'd you make the switch?
I grew a lot. Like I had a growth spurt like crazy. I lost a lot of weight, so it was just a weight thing, size
Gotcha.
thing.
And then like do you watch much professional? Obviously professional you watch the Lions, but do you watch much college level?
Actually, I don't. I do not watch college football at all, but I like Michigan State though. I
Okay,
watch it
good.
frequently.
At least you like Michigan State because
Oh yeah.
that's the
Oh,
correct team to like. So you just gonna watch the game this weekend or that's
who they play?
play Michigan.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'm
It's the big
watching.
rival. It's a primetime game, 7:30.
Yeah, I'm watching.
I know, I'm excited. That's the game. Every year they're like, "Oh, State's gonna lose," and then they end up beating them because that's just what
Right.
happens.
I
But
always watch the Michigan State games.
yeah, this game could get rough though. which I
Oh
hate
yeah,
to say, but also it's Michigan, Michigan State, and Michigan always finds a way to make it close because they suck
right.
pretty bad. No, no, they can beat every team except for Ohio State and Michigan State,
I
except for
feel
the which is curse of having Harbaugh as your coach. I'm gonna catch some slack for that statement, but I don't care. It's rivalry week. So, who are some professionals, either college level players on Michigan State or professionals that you kind of like model your game after?
right. In college, I would say I don't really model my game after him, but I look up to him a lot. His name is Tank Dell Jr. He plays for Houston. I don't know if you know him. And then in the NFL, I would say DK,
Yeah, DK's a beast. This,
big guy.
yeah, big guy, very athletic guy. Interesting story. His dad played like offensive lineman in the NFL.
Yeah, I
So he
heard.
has that like natural, just giant gene, but he's been training since he was like what 5 or 6
Oh yeah,
with
I'll
his
say
dad.
even two.
It's a crazy stoit's like he has the genes, then he has like just the strength he has at wide receiver with the speed and with just like the talent. Like he's pretty cool. He's pretty good. Seahawks looking up. Kenneth Walker, of course. Like I don't want to say I predicted Kenneth Walker being good, but I'm in a fantasy football league with my
Mhm.
dad's a college one, and we ended up drafting. I was like, okay, Kenneth Walker's well, his like film from Wake Forest looks good. We should draft him. And then he ended up like hard carrying our team to like 11 and like
Yep.
like coincidentally the same record Michigan State had, but but yeah. So what exactly would you say you take from DK Metcalf's game?
I would take like the way he moves, being so big. Like he takes pride in that. So that's the thing I take the most.
Are there any drills or specific techniques that you found like especially effective at using your size? Is one an advantage or two like trying to find the balance and fluidity that you get from being your size?
A drill that I like the most would have to be the ladders. Like I was not good at the ladders like my freshman year, and then I started doing it more and more and more, and I got my footwork right. So yeah, that's my favorite to be honest.
Yeah, ladder drills are good.
Oh yeah.
And then so how many days a week do you train and then what exactly do you do for training?
I would say I train 5 days a week, maybe six, depending on how I'm feeling on a Sunday, you know. And
Mhm.
what I would do upper body for the first 2 days, and then lower body for the next two, and then a full body. And then on that Sunday, whatever I'm feeling like doing it, I'll do it.
Interesting. I don't know if I've heard that before. Is there like a specific like reason that you do that? Like you do the back-to-back days?
Actually, nah. My dad got me on that. I don't know. He put me
Hey, well, it works apparently. So
right.
yeah, maybe I'll have to try that sometime. So
Yeah.
so what does like a normal off-season day look for you? Like it's the summer. Like what's your like daily routine that you do for like preparation for the season?
I will wake up. I usually go on a jog in the morning, and then I spend some time with my family. And then at nighttime, I have a bench in my room, so I'll just go get on that at night if I'm not
Nice.
training.
Yeah. And do you diet at all or
Nah, I eat everything I see.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you with that one. And
Yeah.
then do you have a favorite exercise? I know some people just have like a favorite exercise.
My favorite exercise will be it's like a ball drill. I don't know what it's called, but you have a person like a trainer in front of you, and he has two balls, and he throws one, and you have to go catch it with one hand and throw it back, and then you throw the other one, and you just keep going back and forth.
Hmm.
It's on your hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, that's good. So when would you say you like you found it like a realistic option to play college football and realized that's what you wanted?
I'll say my sophomore year. I was at running back, and I was realizing like I could really do this, but I wasn't realizing that at running back I wanted to play something else at the time, so I switched, and then that's when it started kicking for me.
Hmm. So what was the first camp that you went to?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think it was Central. I think it was Central Michigan or Bowling Green, one of those.
Nice. Central. Actually, I'm not going to talk about that right now. Uh, and then do you have a favorite camp that you went to?
Definitely the Eastern camp, the Eastern
Yeah.
mega camp.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Eastern have like a gray field?
Yes, and there's a crazy backstory behind it.
What's the story behind it?
So basically, he said it was something like it was snowing outside, and then the cement in the parking lot didn't have any snow in it, so they practiced there, and then they had a great practice or something. So he wanted to change the field color to the color of cement.
What? Wait,
He says it every camp, I swear.
that's a true. That's a fact. Is that a true story? You said the coach told you that?
Yes,
Or like,
you can ask Tommy, you can ask Marcellus, you can ask anybody.
oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I swear he said it.
Interesting. Hey, everyone has their different methods.
Oh yeah.
Everyone has okay, that's pretty funny. I'm gonna have to fact check that, but I believe you. I'm just saying, like, that's a crazy story if that's the like that's the actuality of that story. So oh my gosh. So what was the first offer that you've received from college?
My first offer was a school out in Massachusetts. Yeah, that was my first offer.
And then when did you receive that offer?
The end of my junior year.
And then like how many offers do you have? You mentioned I have like 7 plus, but just out of curiosity, do you know exactly?
I think it's seven. It's seven.
And then
I'm gonna
is
come
there a
in.
team that's in the lead currently for your or a
I
school
can't
that
leak that information.
dang it. I gotta try. I gotta try.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't at least getting
right.
trying to
You're
get an
right.
answer out of you.
You're
You
right.
know? And then so what are some things that you're looking in like for a college that's recruiting
I
you? What
really
are you
want
looking
to do
for?
business.
And then what exactly for the like from the football program are you looking for? Or are
Um,
you more focused on this like school side of things?
Honestly, I want to find somewhere that makes me feel comfortable. Not someone that's just gonna like yell at me when I do something wrong. I want somebody that's like gonna teach me how to do it and spend
Mm-hmm.
time on it.
Yeah, that's good. So you mentioned you wanted to major in business, right? So what exactly is there a career path that you'd want beyond college, specifically in business, or do you know you want to do something in that field?
Um, Honestly, if it's not business, I want to do real estate. That's kind of in the
Yeah,
business field.
I'd say that's in the business area because
Yeah,
your
I want to.
business is selling houses. So
Yeah,
like a lot of people have their own agencies and stuff. So
right.
yeah, I'd say it's in business. So what are some long term goals that you have for obviously beyond this season?
Honestly, I want to get. I low key want to get my body down, my body weight down. I'm at 205 right now. I really want to get to 195 before I go to college, and I want to get faster and work on my hand-eye coordination more.
Mm-hmm. And then are you planning on doing track again this year?
Oh yeah, indoor season
Nice.
coming up.
Oh, nice. Are you doing the 7-on-7 league again or?
I'm thinking about it. I don't think so, but I might.
All right. And then what's some advice that you have for some high school athletes trying to earn like a starting job on a varsity roster?
Honestly, I'll say you got to work harder than the people that you see at that top spot. Because if you don't work hard, they're just going to stay there and you're going to still be at the bottom. So if you want to pass them, you got to work harder.
Mm-hmm. That's some good advice. And then also, what advice for you would you have for players that don't have any offers or trying to get their name out there or trying to get recruited?
Honestly, just keep going because it's going to come sooner or later. Like you'll get noticed. You just got to keep putting in that same amount of work that you put on the field into like getting yourself out there.
Mm-hmm. And then also, like, do you talk to any other players or any like players in the Macomb area on like where they're going to college, or do you talk like recruiting with other players that you know?
Oh yeah, Marcellus Avery. I talked to him a whole lot. That's like my guy. I talked to Tommy about those things, and I also talked to some people that are already in college.
It's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna go into my favorite segment in the show. So I'll start you off with a fun question. Who is the most talented player that you have played against?
Against,
Against.
ooh, um, there's a couple. In that top spot though, I'm gonna have to go with Kalen Shaw. He goes
Yeah,
to Chip.
yeah. When did you play against him?
He was on my 7-on-7 team, so every practice, we would go at it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Chip has a big game against Romeo. I'm actually potentially working on a project that I might be at that game, so stay on the lookout for that.
Oh
But
yeah,
yeah, Chip was really good this year, and obviously, if you play a player from Chip,
right.
especially like one of their better players, and Kalen, yeah, it's a good player. And who would you say is the most talented player that you have played with?
I knew that was
See
coming. um,
that coming a mile away.
I'm gonna say Eddie Williams.
Yeah, that's a good answer, Eddie. He's been lighting up at Alma.
Oh yeah, over 100 almost every game.
I know, but you could kind of see it coming. Like he was impossible to bring down like at our level.
Oh yeah,
So you can kind of see it relating to the college level. But even as a freshman, like
right.
does to a freshman, like the average, like averaging well over 100 a game, and then
That's
how many like he gets like 2 to 3 touchdowns a game too. It's like
this.
there's a reason Alma is 7-0, and that is one of the reasons I can tell you that right now.
Most definitely.
So what coach or coaches have made the biggest impact on your playing career?
I have to say Coach Keith Thomas. He's taught me a lot. Like he's developed me to be the player I am today, and it's a big thanks to him, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. So this is another really fun question that I always like
Mhm.
to ask my guests. Excuse me, what would you say is your welcome to varsity moment?
Um, uh, so I was at running back, right? Derek Price, he used to play on our team a couple years back. He was at linebacker, and we met each other right at the hole. Oh Lord, I'll never do that again. He laid me flat.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you wouldn't think it would be your own teammate.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Ironically, my actually was my own teammate. It was my first varsity practice in pads. I
Mhm.
remember it was last year, and I remember they ran a jailbreak screen to Brett, and at this point, I was still playing linebacker before obviously I switched to D line. But I like Brett, I was kind of like almost deer in headlights because like it's my first like I just obviously started football, and
Mhm.
then I see Brett running at me, and he just stiff arms me, and I go flying,
He
and
was
it's
good at the stiff arm. It was real quick too.
I know it's like you didn't see it coming. I was not ready for it. I was like, it was that I took a hit from Brett that day, just to say the least. So, what would you say is like the best way you have found to balance both life and school?
um, it's really about time management. I don't like when people say they don't have time to do stuff because like if you manage your time right, you'll have time to do it. So like after practice, I would go home. I wouldn't get on my phone, none of that. I would just do my homework for about however long it takes me, and then after that, I have all the free time I want.
Hmm. That's some good advice. Yeah, school's like, yeah, like you said, time's like so important in that aspect. But what are some of the bigger setbacks, roadblocks that you've had to overcome, and how have you overcome them?
My biggest setbacks are definitely injuries. Like my freshman year, I broke my ankle. Came back from that. I trained the whole off season. Then my sophomore year, it was straight. I didn't really have no injuries. Then my junior year, the collarbone took me out for the rest of the season. And then my senior year, my first what was it? First 6 games, I had my broken collarbone again. So that's my biggest setback.
Yeah, but you're gonna come back stronger, and you have a lot of talent. Like even in those games that you're back, like you could tell,
Yeah, I
like you
worked
made
that whole time. The whole time I was hurt this year, I was still working secretly. I couldn't tell my doctors though.
still working secretly. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. What exactly would you say? Because with like broken collarbone, that takes like anything upper body throws that out the window. So, but yeah, that's hard. So, what would you say? What would you say motivates you?
Um, Honestly, my family, that's the biggest thing. Like I want to get my family in a better situation than they are in now. I know I don't really want for anything, but I still want them to be in a better situation.
Hmm. And then, what are some things that have helped you through hard times throughout your life and career?
Um, Honestly, football. Like, I know that's like the answer everybody would give, but honestly, football. Like, if I'm having a bad time, I'll just go to the field, sit there, look at the field, and my day will get a lot better off of that.
Hmm. And then, this is my last question that I have for you. But have you ever felt like giving up? And if so, what prevented you from doing so?
I felt like giving up a lot, as you know, with the injuries. So, what
Hmm.
kept me from doing that is the motivating part. Like, I know my family want to see me succeed, so I don't really want to let them down. So I just keep pushing.
Yeah. I hear you, man, and you're doing great. Obviously, like this isn't the season we wanted to have, and this is obviously isn't the season you wanted to have. But like you have so much life ahead of you. So much like you're gonna play in college. You're gonna do great in college. So just
Thank
keep
you,
up the good work. And
sir.
then, is there anything that you'd like to add?
Uh, no, not really.
All right, yeah. Thanks, man, for coming on the show. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Thank you.
I would like to thank Marlon for coming on to today's show. He's a great athlete, and I had a ton of fun with this interview. If you're new here, catch up on all the episodes that you've missed. Make sure to leave a like and a comment. As always, my name is Calvin Custance, and this is The Blueprint.